John King for the Sprawl post-fight, post-event at Cage Warriors Unplugged alongside Cage Warriors President Boylan. You must be a very happy man right now. Everything went to plan. Some phenomenal fights on the card, and in the end, we get to, right now Twitter is buzzing. Some good, some bad, but at the end of the day, you got people talking about this event before, and they're talking about it after. Talk about this event as a whole, the lead up to it, the event, and what you're feeling afterwards.
Yeah, the event was already successful. Yep. It was a lot of hard work to pull it off and to convince BT to do it, and fair play to BT for stepping up and doing it. The fights themselves, they were at one point we were looking like the show was going to be finished at 10 o'clock because there were so many first round finishes, and then the last two fights going the full distance it was good for us. We ended up going a half an hour over in the end, but in overall comparison to everything that went through and the fights, it was a great success. Like, a lot of guys picked up some nicks and some injuries. Decisions are very questionable. I've heard people are screaming at judges, but fights go to decisions left in judges. Every judge sees something different.
I assume that you couldn't, you're a very busy man, you can't score a fight, but judging on, not even scoring the fight, but how the action was, and, co-main and main event, very exciting, the whole card, very exciting. Are you happy with the fights? Yeah,
I thought the fights were great, the first few fights, first round finishes, they were exciting. Matt Inman and Shane Mills was just a crazy fight. And then you are going into Chris and Nick going the distance. Chris had a really good test there, and he came through, because he's gone 5 rounds with a solid vet of the game. Paddy going in, the Paddy fight, I had him maybe 2-2 going into the 5th. I think Julian Rosa is really going to kick himself for that 4th round performance. He had Paddy rocked. Paddy had nothing in the tank in that 4th round, and Julian just walked after him with just one shot, one kick, and that was his opportunity to take the Cage Warriors belt. That was his opportunity to cause a massive upset, and he didn't take that then. It's easy to say in hindsight, but when he watches that back, he'll kick himself in the 4th round.
Obviously, we're likely going to see both Paddy and Chris next in April 1st in the Echo Arena, but you've just announced a few more shows. Talk about them, give us some details about them.
We've signed a deal with the O2 Indigo in London, so we'll be doing 3 shows with them. They'll be the official home of Cage Warriors in London. We'll kick off on February the 18th, and then we'll go back to in June, we'll go back to in September as well. We've got Liverpool in April, and we've got 2 more in Wales, we got a few up north. I can't say too much on the dates now, but they'll all get announced next week. We've got maybe 8 to 9 shows to announce, but we'll be doing 12 maybe next year.
Paddy and Chris are both massive parts of the Cage Warriors organisation. They're both poster boys for the promotion. How important do you think it is for them to not just go in and dominate opponents, because both opponents they were fighting tonight very respectable, fought in the UFC, fought at the highest level, and they pushed them to the limits. Do you think it's important to see the stars of the promotion get pushed to their limits to show the fans what they really can do?
That was a huge test for them, and they needed that, because they're at that level where getting tested in their career is what's required for them to get to the next level. And they did 5 solid rounds with 2 vets who have been to the UFC, been to TUF, and that shows the character and the levels that both Chris and Paddy are at, that they dug deep, hung in there for the 5 rounds and came out with the wins, more importantly. So I'm happy to see them get tested like that, and I'm happy to see them retain their belts, of course. So we'll hit the April. I think both guys will take a break now, and then we'll hit the Echo Arena in April.
A well-deserved break for both of them. Does every single time you announce an opponent for Paddy or Chris, there's criticism, no matter who it is. This time, I felt personally that there weren't so much, because, as I mentioned earlier, both guys are high-level opponents and I've fought at the best. Do you feel pressure to kind of pick an opponent that's not going to get criticised, or is it just whoever's out there to fight, you'll pick?
It's not a case of whoever's out there to fight. We'll always look to step the guys up a level each fight. A lot of people forget Paddy is 21 years of age.
Oh, yeah.
He's 21 years of age. They see his record, they see all the hype about him, and they think, oh, he should be fighting X or he should be fighting Y. And no matter who you put in the frame, some people are going to love it, some people are not going to like it, you know, and you can't please everybody. But the bottom line, it's about the sport for us, and it's about taking these athletes up one step at a time. And I believe tonight they jumped up quite a few steps, because that was they had two really strong fights tonight.
Yeah, you know, this event, the whole reason this event's so big is because it's an invite-only event. That you know, you can't buy tickets. A few tickets when we're won with competitions. You know, are you happy with the way this whole thing went in the lead-up? You know, because I feel like, sorry, I feel like if somebody can't buy a ticket, they want to buy a ticket. Are you happy with the way the lead-up went?
Yeah, you know, it's the usual scenario. They can't get a ticket, they're going to complain. They can't get a ticket, they don't want it. You know, you can't win. But the studio show we did tonight is something new. It's something we've worked on with BT Sports. They took a gamble on it. I think it's paid off for them. And we'll be talking again with them next week, and we'll sit down and see where we'll go with the Unplugged series from here, because I believe it's a good success for them.
Yeah. So will it be back? Are you confident it'll be back, or is it just whether BT will keep it running?
No, I think we'll probably do another couple of Unplugs next year. You know, they're a good show. It's different. It's not like any other MMA event out there. You know, it's a studio audience, and viewer-wise, it all did good. First time Cage Warriors and a TV channel have worked together in producing everything on the night. So we'll sit down and have a post-event meeting and see where we go.
Yeah. Did you have any worry? I mean, there's an ample amount of top-class, world-class talent on this card. Do you have any worry when you're kind of talking to fighters and say, look, there's not going to be a massive crowd or a massive atmosphere? Do you have any worry that they're going to say, well, I don't really want to fight there?
No, I never worry about that, because the platform the Cage Warriors has and offers these guys, it's never a question with us. No one would ever come to us and say, I don't want to fight there because it's a TV studio and there's not a big crowd. Our crowd is in the TV audiences and the TV viewers when we're in the studio. And then when we go to arenas, the crowd is what it is.
Yeah, great. I'll leave you there. I'll let you go and have a rest. Have a good night. Thank you very much, and congratulations on a fantastic show.